What's going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, I wanted to discuss a couple of things differently. I pretty much wanted to go over what is going on ahead for Litecoin. What exactly are we going to face, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months down the road for, Litecoin hodlers? I made a video yesterday showing a very long-term look at the markets, a 2 to 3 year movement in the longer term, more macroeconomic standpoint. But I really wanted to divulge and go into what is a shorter term, not a 4-hour look, but a more, realistic 2 to 3 month overview of what we could see, down the line in maybe April, May, and June. Otherwise, we also have an article to discuss today. We're going to discuss Bitcoin market gold indicator signals Bitcoin bull run, as well as discussing some information on XRP, Litecoin, and Ethereum. We're going to do the technical analysis, and then the coin for this week will be XRP. So if any of that sounds interesting to you guys, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications. We're doing a huge giveaway at 10,000 subscribers for some free Litecoin or for some free cryptocurrency of your choice. Obviously, in order to reach that, you guys have to subscribe and help share the channel, but we're almost there, about to hit 8K, 10K and onwards. But otherwise, let's jump into today's episode. So guys, before we look at the current coin market cap, I did get a pretty cool package in the mail. Super small. I know you're like, probably what is this? But if you follow me on any of my social medias, Twitter, or you saw my recent creator post on YouTube, you would know that I made a crap ton of business cards. And I thought it'd help being able to share, my channel to a lot of you guys personally, as well as just people, around. It's much easier than having them type it in. I could just hand them a business card and it would be that easy. So I made all of these business cards, and I think it came out really well. Hopefully that comes out pretty clear. Otherwise, you can obviously check out my Twitter where I did post these, but I have all my links in my socials, Crypto TV, the YouTube, Twitter, Patreon, LinkedIn, as well as Facebook. And I also have a couple things coming in terms of personal usage. I'm getting a pretty cool car wrap, I guess. Not even. I'm getting the Crypto TV logo on my car, as well as some new tints. So I'll show that in a later video, but I just wanted to give you guys a head up on what's going on, on my more personal life, as well as the personal social media links that I do have that can be found in the description. But otherwise, jumping into the coin market cap, you can see that the market cap is 139, 24-hour volume is 31.3, as well as a Bitcoin dominance of 50.8%. So what exactly does that tell us? Seeing that a market cap at 139 compared to yesterday means that we are seeing a signal for a lower, cut. 24-hour volume is staying fairly, relatively high. Bitcoin dominance is also slowly starting to increase, but seeing that market cap lower than yesterday is a pretty big indication that coins are down, coins are consolidating, which makes sense considering we did have a pretty nice run to $60 Litecoin a couple days ago. So you can see out of these top 10 cryptos, only 3 out of the 10 are doing positive. Only 3, Bitcoin Cash, Stellar, as well as Tether, are the only ones that are up today, up 1.4 and 3.7%. Believe it or not, Litecoin is down, and it's down the most out of these top 10 cryptos. Down 2.6% is a pretty big drop, I guess, for the top 10 coins. You can see Bitcoin is number one, obviously, 17.8 in circulating supply, and still above that $4,000 barrier, mental barrier that the coin had. But it's nice to see that we are progressing higher than that, and I will discuss that more in depth in the charting later on in the episode. But seeing Litecoin at 59.97, right at that $60 cusp, is definitely an interesting trend, and something that I thought I should dive into a little bit more and explain what barriers, goals, what things we could potentially expect in 1 to 2 to 3 months, if you guys were interested in holding on, or you're trading, or even holding crypto. So if any of that sparks an interest, definitely make sure to watch on when we do discuss those chartings. But otherwise, guys, that's pretty much what the market looks like. Majority is in red, unfortunately. Really not down by much at all. We're really not seeing a crazy bloody market, but we're just seeing some consolidation and some slight, healthy pullback. It definitely looks very nice. Unfortunately, it is another day of red, but what can you do? Usually when we have these red days, it's followed by some very nice recovery. So moving on to the article, before I do jump into that, guys, a way to help support the channel and a way for you guys to make a little extra, cash. There's a second link in the description. Basically, it's an app called ABRA Exchange. I know I've promoted it a lot, but for those of you who are new, I highly recommend checking it out. They're doing an awesome promotion right now. Not sure how much longer they're going to be doing it for, but basically, if you sign up today and deposit $5 into USD into the app using a bank account, they will send you free $25 of Bitcoin to help, promote their exchange, as well as give you guys a little kickback, and who doesn't like that? So it's a free $25 of Bitcoin. Check it out. More information is listed down below in the second link of the description, and it does help support the channel and me, and we will be doing that giveaway at 10K subscribers. But otherwise, guys, moving on into the episode for discussion today, the article for discussion, I mean. So Bitcoin market gold indicator signals Bitcoin bull run. I want to get a little more into depth into Bitcoin, Litecoin and Ripple. So basically Bitcoin, a proprietary indicator that called the big Bitcoin sell-off in November of 2018, has turned bullish now, which is huge. Crypto Thice told his 24,000, Twitter followers that this market god indicator's 3-week iteration just posted a buy signal for the first time since October of 2016, when the price of Bitcoin was just $500. So it's pretty huge to finally see that we're now, expecting to see some sort of, retracement into the future. And it could, not looking through, a crystal ball with rose-colored glasses, we could potentially see a very nice movement to the upside. But otherwise, it says not all traders are so sure that the sustained bull run is imminent. Analysts on all, is seeing a $4,400 pullback, to that level before we see any sort of, price movement to the upside. As for some information on Ripple and XRP, Ripple's vice president and product Amir Sarhangi, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, is offering his take on the benefits of blockchain and XRP for cross-border payments. In a new interview with the Center of Data Innovation, Sarhangi says that benefits of Ripple's technology are especially important in developing countries. As we've seen, Ripple implementation blockchain technology lowers both costs and transfer times between their customers, which is especially crucial in developing countries where financial flexibility is limited. This would pretty much help that. But my take on that, besides this article, is the fact that banks are already doing that. JPM coin already does what Ripple's doing. So I really need to figure out, and maybe for all you Ripple hodlers, XRP hodlers, let me know down below, what would XRP have any more value than the JPM coin that actually has low transfer fees, quicker time? It seems very odd and very similar that it can, XRP can just be replaced like that. So I would like some information on that and some follow-up. Otherwise, to discuss what exactly is happening with Litecoin in the community, as you guys know, pretty awesome, repping the Litecoin chicken shirt. Link will also be in the description for that. The Litecoin Foundation is looking for personal stories for Litecoin's direct impact on people's lives in the real world. So in response to one user's highlighted his use, of the Litecoin to send money to Venezuela. So I have made a bunch of articles and episodes discussing what's going on actually within Venezuela. If you guys aren't familiar, you can obviously check that out on my channel. But, the Litecoin Foundation put out a tweet asking what people's relationships are with Litecoin in a personal matter. And somebody said, I have a friend in Venezuela. After talking for a while, he decided to, feed a child. So we used Litecoin as the payment. I remember the trance as if it was yesterday. The moment he received it, I felt a sense of power knowing that, he didn't ask for anybody for permission. If you were to, legitimately do a fiat transfer to Venezuela, bank to bank, international trading, you would have to use a bank, as a median. And that calls for fees and whether or not they approve you or not. So that's huge, guys, for the community. The fact that Litecoin is able to make these international transfers of currency instantly with practically no fees, 2 or 3 cents, on your fee on your transfer, I apologize, is huge. Like, that definitely influences the market. And, obviously, if you guys have any personal stories about how Litecoin has impacted your life, make sure to leave that down below, and I will send the Litecoin Foundation directly and personally your story about that. So that would be pretty interesting. Otherwise, moving on to, the TA and discussing what I did say in the title. So what exactly am I talking about 1 to 2 to even 3 months down the line for Litecoin? And I know a lot of people are wondering, and I'm reading the comments as to what exactly is going on. So let's first look at this in the shorter term, aspect of things. Litecoin is currently hitting this resistance, and we've been looking at this for a very long time now. I don't need to go back even farther. I can just show you really quick that that line holds some sort of meaning, and just to make it stand out by how important it is, I'm going to change the color really quick for you guys. So let's make it a pink. That looks good. So you can see this pink uptrend is definitely holding a lot of resistance and a lot of power over Litecoin's price right now. Its big indication is merely by its relative strength indicator, which I know a lot of you believe and a lot of you don't. Personally, I use it a lot, and I think it is very helpful if you know what you're doing with it. So obviously doing TA for a very long time now, you kind of understand where to pick things up, how exactly to read these, charts. And seeing that we're overbought and seeing that we were testing this very, very, very strong uptrend resistance line was an indicator to me that a pullback in the short term was necessary. A healthy, reconciliation of the market is what is needed, and that is exactly what happened. So you can see a small pullback is in effect right now, and truly we don't necessarily need to pull back because time is always moving forward. We're always progressing further, so the market doesn't necessarily need to fall lower. The price of Litecoin doesn't necessarily need to fall lower. We can merely just consolidate out farther, and you'll see we'll get picked up by this lower support uptrend, and that'll carry us higher up into this falling wedge. Now, what I want to discuss with you down the line is if we shift out to our weekly charts, which I have not viewed on Litecoin in quite some time now, is we do have a green band that is in effect, and we have actually managed to trade above that after many, many, many months of consolidating and pulling back down. We have finally gained enough momentum and enough bounce with volume to push us above this green band once again, and that is huge for the market, honestly. So to see us finally break this barrier, this milestone, does really impact where Litecoin is headed in the next couple of months. So to zoom out, I actually did do some homework prior to making this video, and I did draw a couple of things on here. So obviously looking at this weekly, it does take a very long time for us to really see what exactly is going on, but this is a very wide angle view of the market, and you can see this is probably a year and a half's charting right here. So you can see this massive descending triangle that we bounced off the bottom. I apologize for all the lines, but zooming in, I just drew 2 recent lines, and I wanted to discuss that. Now, all of you guys who have me on Patreon will obviously see these lines have just been added because I did live save it right this second, and you can see what exactly is going on right now. So I did draw 2 more resistance lines for the near future. So obviously these lines can be tested in about 2 to 3 months, down the line. Right here, we're looking at about June, which is actually April, May, June, 3 months down the line. And even quicker, this is May, and then over here is April. So this is very recent and very soon, for us to retest this. The fact that we are broken above this green band, and the fact that there is a red band that is above us, there is a good indication that we're going to end up somewhere in this median here as we consolidate out into the next 2 or 3 months. So a conservative, approach to this market is the fact that in the shorter term, 2 to 3 month view of things, we could most definitely obviously have some resistance up at the $66 level, and obviously some at the $80 level, but we're headed up, guys. And I did make a price prediction video yesterday, which will be linked at the end of this video, but we are headed up, which is huge. Obviously, we're going to see some pullback in the shorter term, but you can see these ascending wedge is leading up to the $67, $66 barrier. So truly, with the consolidation in the next week or two, we will most likely end up retesting $66, $67. Now, playing, the devil's advocate, if indeed we do break bearish, we could potentially fall down to a $50, $51 support level. Obviously, this highlight MMA, we do have the green band crossing of the red, huge bullish indicator, and we are starting to get some upwards pressure that's lifting the price up much higher. We haven't really seen an uptrend within Litecoin in a very long time. Trading and charting all of 2018, we really have not seen any sort of uptrend, movement in the market. But otherwise, moving our focus onto Bitcoin, because I do have other altcoins to discuss. Bitcoin, to make it short and sweet, does seem to have some sort of issue right now. It's not, necessarily a bad thing. For those of you who are new, we did break our blue downtrend, which has been on the market for over a year and a half now, if not a year and a half. And we have finally broken out of that, which is a huge indicator for the market that we're finally looking fairly bullish, on the daily. We're not yet near overbought, but we are around 62 on the RSI, which is a good indicator that there is some movement left. And I'm truly shooting for if we can break back into this high-low middle moving average, in between the green and the red band. Obviously, we're seeing a lot of resistance from this green indicator, this green band, and that's because we haven't really tested it in a very long time, but we are starting to build up some sort of volume and upwards pressure, mainly because these are swinging lower and we're holding a very strong support. So with due time, probably within the next week or two, we could potentially see a rise and a moonshot back into at least a $4,100 high of Bitcoin. Furthermore, moving on to Ethereum, you can see Ethereum is doing a very similar pattern to Bitcoin. So to make this short and sweet as well, is we're trading very, very, very similar, and without much consolidation that we're seeing, we should anticipate us to get caught in between this the band, the high-low MMA, trade out sideways because we look even better on the RSI at around 55, and we should be anticipating another retest of $160, $158 in the near future. Lastly, for those of you who are interested in discussing XRP, I have not looked at XRP in a very long time, but I kind of like what I'm seeing. There is some sort of downtrend, which I do want to draw out on XRP for you guys. So there's something like this. That looks very nice, if I had to say. So you can see that there is a very nice uptrend. There may even be, sorry, that was a downtrend. There may even be another uptrend right here. So very interesting in the fact that there actually is a very nice, symmetrical triangle forming out, and we're pretty much coming to the end of that. So one thing to take note of is not only are we seeing resistance from the green band and the downtrend, we can see we have an upward support of about 29, and we end up at 30 cents. And you can see we're pretty much flatlined on the RSI too, which means we're very, very, very ready for a potential volume burst within XRP. Obviously, with the way things are playing out, we can probably anticipate a moonshot to the upside. I personally play a conservative route of 36 cents, but it's very possible for us to go higher. But truly seeing the symmetrical triangle is a very nice, consolidative, easy graph to play out on XRP. Now, if any of you guys want to pick up my XRP graphs with the live updates, definitely make sure to check out my Patreon. It's the first link in the description, and I do think it will help a lot of you guys and benefit a lot of you guys for your future trading and future graphing, skills. Otherwise, guys, that's pretty much going to sum up today's episode. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, giveaway at 10K. Let me know what you think about all the questions I asked in today's episode, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's, video. Peace.